We can use the expression language to format a date and display it any way that we want on the screen. Let's show the current time to the user, but format it to a particular pattern that makes sense to them. Let's take a label component and drag it onto our window and make it larger. We can bind the text property of the label to an expression. In the expression language, we have various functions, some of which are date and time functions. We have two functions here we're going to use. One is the date format, which will actually take a date and format it to a particular pattern. The second is now, which will return us the current date. So the date format function has two arguments. It has the date that we want to format and then the pattern that we want to use. I'm going to use this one first. Click on that. It's going to bring in date format, open parenthesis. So the first argument is the actual date that we want to format. And for that, I'm going to use the current time. I could also, of course, bring in a date from a screen if we had it on the screen. I'm going to go back to the f of x functions. I'm going to go down date and time and bring in the now function. Now returns us the current time. It has one argument, which is the poll rate, which is how often you want this binding to update. So I'm going to bring it in, now open parenthesis. I'm going to put a value of 1000, which means it's going to update every 1 second. I'm going to end parenthesis to complete that function. As you can see, we're just nesting one function inside of another function. So the second argument of the date format is the actual format itself. We're going to do that as a string. So I'm going to put double quotes in there. I'm going to paste in my date format and then end parenthesis at the very end. You can refer to the user manual to know what various letters you can put in here to how you want to display that date. The basic idea is my 3 capital M's is the month. I'm going to display it as like August or September. The D is my day of the month. The Y's are the year, hours, minutes, and seconds, and then AM or PM at the very end. So now that I have this, and make sure you end your parentheses to close out those functions. Once you have that, press OK. You can now see the current time updating every 1 second the way that you want it to be shown to the user.